My name is Victoria Nolan, and I studied a specialist degree in cognitive science back in, I started in 1992.
Victoria Nolan has represented Canada in 2 Paralympic Games as a rower and has also won a world championship. Legally blind, she's also a motivational speaker, an advocate for people with disabilities, a special education teacher, and most recently, an author of Beyond Vision, the story of a blind rower.
Before rowing, before public speaking, my first passion was teaching. So the transition from teaching into sports, there's a number of factors that went into that. I think the biggest one is when my husband and I decided to have kids, we found out that this eye disease that I have could be accelerated with pregnancy. And I wanted that more than I wanted to hold on to my sight. But that's when the lights pretty much went out for me. That was a really hard time because I lost a significant amount of sight in a short amount of time and then also had 2 babies to look after. So it was a lot of change. I really struggled. I felt like I wasn't a great mom just because of the things that I couldn't do. Like I couldn't, drive them places or take them out to the park. Fortunately, I got to a point where I thought, I don't want my kids to see me like this as somebody who can't do things. Like I need to find a way to be more independent and to get out of the house. And one of the things I decided to help me do that was to find a sport that I loved. For some reason, decided to try rowing. It turns out that I was pretty good at it, and I discovered that I'm also very competitive. In 2007, I made the Canadian National Para Rowing Team. In 2010, we were headed to the World Championships in New Zealand.
And there they are. Tony Terrio of Nanaimo, Megan Montgomery of Winnipeg, Victoria Nolan of Toronto.
We knew Great Britain was going to be out in front. They win like every year since we've had this event. They would take a stroke and then we would, and it was like the noses of the boats are back and forth, back and forth. And then literally like the last 10 strokes, we just like kicked it up into our final gear.
That extra stroke rate up to 36 strokes a minute, which is tremendous for this event, has put them right over the line.
And we crossed the finish line half a second ahead of Great Britain.
And Canada takes gold in the mixed cox 4.
And for me, that was the moment when I felt like I'd beaten my disability. So that was like literally like just the top of the world. When people have vision loss, you really make that distinction between seeing and having vision. Because just because you can't actually see physical things in the world doesn't mean that you're not able to make changes to the things that you want to see changed.